rise one day at a time. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. They're here to get your day going fine. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio.
And here's your host, Miss Kim Robinson.
Happy Saturday, happy Saturday. Thank you for spending some of your Happy Saturday, everybody. Thank you for joining me on your Saturday, spending a little bit of time with me on Next Level with Trenace. I hope everyone is safe and well, and I hope you guys are taking extra precautions, washing your hands like you should have been doing in the first place, covering your mouth when you cough and when you're sneezing, and stay home if you're sick. Don't send the kids to school if they are sick. I know that there are a lot of school closings in different areas, school closings. Most importantly, be well. I know there were a lot of people that were surprised and prepared. I was prepared mostly, but I was a little, and I was probably about a little bit surprised. I wanted to say I saw a post posted by our guest, Kimberly Henning, Check on your friends that have retirement or savings in a 401k. They are not okay. That's another level of preparedness, and we are going to be talking about preparing your finances, not even just for retirement, but just for right now in these times. A lot of people do have 401k, and they're saving that for their retirement, and if this continues there may not be any retirement. So I'm going to introduce my good friend, my very very special guest, Kimberly Henning. Kimberly, are you there?
I am here. Can you hear me?
I can. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So why don't you share with the people about what you do and about this topic, because as much as I know, there is still so much I don't know about cryptocurrency.
Absolutely. Well, I've been in the arena of investing and saving for the last approximately 4 years or so. And I was just extremely frustrated with working every day and not getting ahead. Extremely frustrated with realizing that what I had been doing up to that point wasn't working. You know, you work every day, you pay your bills, and you try to save what's left. When the proper way is we really should be paying ourselves first. That's one of the very first rules of wealth building is pay yourself first. So when you get your paycheck, the government has already got theirs off top with the taxes before you even have a chance to touch your earnings. After the government gets their cut, it's imperative that you pay yourself first. We know we have rent and mortgage, we have car note, we have all of our regular monthly expenses. We should consider ourselves a monthly expense and pay ourselves first. And that means by saving in an asset that accrues value over time. Most of us are putting our monies in banks, traditional banks, because that's what we were trained. That's what we were told to do. House your money in a bank. But the truth of it is that you're not really saving, because most of those traditional savings accounts give you a very small percentage of interest on it. Now, if I was to ask you what was the interest on your car or auto loan, you probably know that right away, right? Because it's a significant amount typically. But if I were to ask you, what's the interest rate on your savings account? It's likely you don't even know, because it's so insignificant and so minute that you don't even notice it. So rather than saving in a bank, what I've chosen to do is to save my money in a Tier 1 asset, which is 24 karat gold. Gold has a history of improving throughout the years. Gold has a history of holding or gaining value throughout the years. It's a precious metal, comes from the earth. It will never, ever return back to its original value. It will only continue to increase in value. So if I would have known, say, 15, 20 years ago, what I know now, I would be a millionaire. But I didn't know better. I did what I had been told to do: get a job, invest in your 401k, set up a traditional savings, get CDs and things of these nature. But those things never really amounted to anything. When we had the very first recession that I was a part of back in 2008, my 401k suffered. My goodness, it suffered. And it's like you're saying to yourself, this is supposed to be for my retirement, right? What's going to be left?
Yeah.
What's going to be left? So I know what that experience was like in 2008. And I told myself then, I need to do something different. But I still had not taken the necessary steps. I just kept getting, I had the attitude that, Okay, I took a big loss, but I'm still fairly young. I have time to rebuild it and get my 401k retirement plan back to where it was before I suffered that huge loss. Well, guess what? I did that and started back in the 401k and saving a bulk of my earnings to imagine ending up here again. Now, fortunately, this is not impacting me because I don't have a 401k anymore. I took the penalty and I took all of my money out of my 401k and moved it into a safer savings tool, one that's more secure and doesn't have any risk. So I'm not feeling it the way that a lot of my counterparts are, but I know exactly what that feels like. So part of what it is that I do is just share information with people to let them know that there is a better way. We do not have to keep doing what we've been doing because what we've been doing has not been working, right? So I've been working since I was 14 years old. I'm now well into my 40s. If working a standard 9 to 5 and saving in a traditional way that we've always been taught to save works, why am I not a millionaire yet? Why is my retirement constantly at risk of not being there for me when I actually hit retirement age, right? So there is a better way of doing things. So we're not on that hamster wheel, that constant hamster wheel where you feel like I just can't get ahead. You're working every day, you get a raise, your raise is 3%. Well, guess what? Inflation rose 3% that same year. Where do you feel that raise? You will never get ahead because inflation will always be ahead of you. So what method can you use to get ahead? And that's where I come in at with sharing information about saving in gold and also the benefits of learning about blockchain technology and cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrency is going to be the future of money. And we need to learn about it. We need to learn how it works, the value. We need to learn about trading, holding, things of that nature. We are, whether people want to accept it or not, we are going to move to a cashless society. And everything that's happening right now with this virus is an indication of where things are going. They've already stated, we don't even really want to take the money because we think that the virus is transmitted in the money. Other countries are burning their paper dollars. So it's just a matter of time. And rather than being behind the curve and being forced into it, I think it's best that we learn, be proactive, get ahead of it, and that way we're already positioned for when it comes down the pipe.
Thank you so much. I watched the stock market, and I was working at AT&T when in 2008, and that was just I'd had so much money in my 401k, and I watched it go down, 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 and it seemed like it wasn't going to stop. So I can imagine how people are feeling right now. What are they going to do, especially when they are so close to retirement in the event that it doesn't come back, and it might not come back the way that it was at one time. I mean, no one really knows, and no one was prepared for the coronavirus. No one was prepared for losing the money. My son works at fast food restaurants, and he was like, "Well, Mommy, I just think I'm going to wear gloves." I was like, "Yep, if that's the precaution your job is offering, do that. If it's not, ask them, can you do that?" But we need to be, you're right, prepared and even proactive in going in the direction of what this is looking like, what this is feeling like, what this is tasting like. There is so much um, fear, fear of disease, and fear of death, and also fear of money, cash money. And
Mhm.
what does this look like? How do we begin this process of being prepared financially or even financially fit step by step?
Well, the what's really sad about it is it's a vicious cycle. It is a vicious cycle. There are a lot of people that have the knowledge, like um, say for example, you can call them doomsday preppers or however you want to, conspiracy theorists, however you want to classify them. At the end of the day, these people know how to survive. They know what's required. They know, how to make it without electricity. They know how to start a fire, things of that nature. But some of those people also don't have the resources. So it's twofold. You can have the knowledge and not have the resources. You can have the resources and not have the knowledge as to what to do with the money that you have. So it's just it's hard because again, resources are limited. So there's this fear and there's this uncertainty. So the only thing I can suggest is starting right now. If you have suffered a major loss in your 401k, now let me just say this first and foremost. I am not a financial advisor. I am merely telling you something that I've tried, and it's 100% working for me. So I share it in the hopes that you may want to, and it may work out for you as well. So my recommendation would be to take your money out and put it in something that's safer, something that's not going to lose value in this time of crisis right now. And that's precious metals. You got gold, silver, platinum. There are various precious metals that you can purchase and save so that your money doesn't lose value. Most people invest in fine arts and things of that nature. You just have to put your money in something that is going to store or increase with value over time. I have friends now. I mean, they're suffering huge losses, $25,000, $30,000, $50,000 over the course of a week, 7 days. Now, imagine how much time it's going to take, how much longer you may have to work to replace that. And if you leave it in there and it continues to lose money, then you're just digging a deeper hole. I know 401k plans offer you the opportunity to take loans out against them and you repay yourself with interest or things of that nature. I just took the penalty because once I really understood how the plan works, once I really understood what it is that they do with your money while they have it, while they penalize you for trying to get your own money because they want to have it and use it without any risk and leave you holding the bag if everything fails, I will go ahead and I will pour as much as I could out and I will move it into something safe. Because guess who's winning? The brokers are still winning. People on the floor are still winning. The only person that's losing is you because it's your money. It's not their money on the line. It's your money. So you are the person that's going to be left with the bag, and that bag will in turn be empty. So it is imperative that you study, do the work to learn because the information is out there. There's no reason for any of us to be ignorant when it comes to money. There are several wealthy people, authors and speakers and investors and businessmen, Robert Kiyosaki, Mike Maloney, James Rickard. These are people that I listen to and I read their books, and I've followed their teachings because they've always been right. They have been speaking for years that a recession was coming. They have been speaking for years that gold is going to go up to $5,000 or more an ounce. And we've seen gold spike in the past couple of weeks. Gold has went up $100 or $200 or so over the course of a couple of weeks. When I started saving in gold 3 years ago, it was approximately $1,185 an ounce. Gold is now up to, the last time I checked, it was over $1,600 an ounce. So did I make money over the last 3 years? Absolutely. And I did nothing but exchange my declining dollar for an appreciating asset and just let it sit. There's no way you're going to gain that type of a return in a traditional savings account. You put $100 in at the beginning of the year, you might get a couple pennies at the end of the year. And the whole time the bank has had your money, loaning it out to people, getting quadruple interest on it, and you getting pennies on the dollar. It's highway robbery, people, and we have to educate ourselves so that we can get out of the rat race. You know, nobody wants to work sun up to sun down and then still have little to no earnings to show for all the sweat equity you put into your work. So protect your sweat equity. Protect the time that you're giving away to earn these dollars, to make sure that you do indeed have something to retire on or something to fall back on. We're talking a tier 1 asset that appreciates in value over time. So my suggestion is stop the bleeding. If you see yourself losing now, stop the bleeding and get out, because I don't think it's going to get any better anytime soon. I really don't. And this is just from my reading and my studying and my looking at the various trends that are going on. So I really, really, really just want to plead out. You know, I know we're used to doing things a specific way, but times are changing, and we have to get out of that old mindset and get into a new mindset immediately. It's imperative, because if we don't learn now and it's already into effect, what will you then do? If they hit the switch today and said your dollar is worth nothing, what would you have to barter with? What would you have of value that you could trade for something that you needed, like food or water? We have to think about these things, because the time is upon us to think about those things. Or if they said, you know, we're switching to cryptocurrency as the new form of transfer of monies, and you have no knowledge, you know nothing about it, you don't know what it is, you don't know how to obtain it, and it's not going to be a good position to be in, guys. So I can't stress enough to learn. Blockchain technology is upon us, and it's not just going to be used for money. Banks, computer companies, there are various companies out here that are looking into blockchain technology and how they can implement it in their business, not just for payment systems, but also for just business as usual, transferring of documents and data, because that's really what the blockchain is. The blockchain really is just basically an open ledger that can't be tampered with. It can't be tainted. So you can see every transaction on the blockchain, and it has to be approved by like 10 different people to make it a valid transaction, and then again, it cannot be altered. So this is going to be life-changing for how we do business moving forward. That's insurance, that's medical, you name it, blockchain technology. I mean, even phones and computers are going to move into blockchain technology. So we have to be proactive and get the education and get in front of it. So what we decided to do, myself and a few of my other business partners, what we decided to do was use a vehicle called Bars International, which allows us to exchange our dollars for gold in small transaction-friendly amounts. So we can purchase gold in 1 gram, 2.5 grams, and 5-gram gold bars. Most people say, well, how do I get gold? Or they when they think gold, they think about the bricks of gold and having to have a lump sum of money to get it in ounces because they don't know how to get it in smaller amounts. So we use a vehicle of Bars International to be able to do that. It makes it so easy and simple for us to obtain gold. The purest form of gold, 24-karat gold, 999.9 pure gold bullion, guys. And it eliminates the excuse of saying I can't afford it, because now you can afford it. You can spend $60 or $70 for a gram of gold as opposed to having to have $1,600 for an ounce. So we have used this vehicle, one, first and foremost, to build wealth for ourselves by saving in a Tier 1 asset. Secondly, we share the information with other people to let them know it's accessible, it's affordable, and you can do it for yourself. If you ever wanted to do it but didn't know how, this is how you can do it. Really simple. And then we, in turn, as affiliates of the company, receive a handsome commission for sharing the information with others. So first and foremost, I'm building wealth for myself. So if I never did anything else, I would save in gold. Two, I get the benefit of being paid for my referrals. You know, we go out every day and we refer things that we don't get paid for. You know, I went to this great movie. You guys should go check it out. The movie theater didn't pay you for that. The actors, the producers, whoever put the film out, you didn't get a dime off of that. But they probably got about a bunch of money off of you for referring friends to go see it. Same things with restaurants. Or I went to a great show. This is a fantastic artist. You should check them out. We refer people and businesses and products and services every day. And quite often we receive nothing for that. So this company allows us to receive a commission for sharing the information with others. So when you save in gold, I receive a commission. So you're building wealth for yourself, and I in turn receive a commission for that. Is that not a win-win for us both? You're winning because you're building wealth. I'm winning because I received a commission because my friend decided to build wealth with me. So we use this vehicle as a way to build wealth, as a way to earn additional income, and as a way to also to network and create small investment teams so that can also practice in group economics, because we also know we're better together. And we're not going to get anywhere if we're not doing it together. So we use this vehicle. We save, we build wealth, we earn, we share with others, and then we pull our resources together to do bigger and better things. That means in the community, that means individually. You know, we all have our own individual goals and dreams, and this vehicle of Bars is allowing us to get there. So we save, we earn, we network, we do business together amongst each other. And it's just been a really, really fantastic journey over these last few years. So I have been able to retire myself from corporate America. I haven't worked a standard job in about 3 years now. And I plan to continue on the path that I've been on, just helping others gain the same type of freedom. You know, if you want to be free, it's possible. If you love what it is that you do every day, fantastic, but you still need a savings vehicle. You still need a way to protect your earnings and to build wealth for your family. So this is a good opportunity to save or earn. either way. So we have gotten together, and we do amazing things in the community, and I'm just super excited about having this opportunity because it's what I've always dreamed of, being able to wake up when I'm done sleeping and go to sleep when I'm tired. I can do my nonprofit work without being hassled or having to request time off of work or having to explain why I need to leave at 12 in the afternoon. And, it was just a lot. So now I get a chance to do exactly what it is that I want and help other people in the process. So it's been super phenomenal. And I just think that the way to stop the bleed, guys, is to just stop it. Get it out of there and move it into something that's going to hold a store value so that you will indeed have something to look forward to when retirement comes.
That is amazing, super dope. That's what I'm looking forward to. I have some plans because it's nothing like being able to be free because I still work my corporate job. I still have to get up and go when they be there when they want me to be there, lunch when they want me to lunch, break when they want me to break. And there's more to life than that, especially when you know that you want to serve the community. You can't serve the community like you want when you're working a job. You can't get up and travel and see your family because you're working a job. There are just so many things that you don't have the ability to do because you're responsible for somebody else's desire and their dream, period. Not your desire and your dream. And many times that dies. Let's see if we have any guests that want to come on and ask any questions. Is there someone on that wants to ask any question?
Hi, my name is Patrice. I just wanted to ask a question. How do you actually how do you save the goal? How do you get involved?
Hi, Patrice. Good question. Well, what it is Care Bars offers you the opportunity to register at no cost to you. So it takes about 5 minutes to sign up for the account. And then you would just begin to acquire gold. So whatever amount it is that you want to save, you can come to a determination for yourself. If you say, hey, I can afford $200 every time I get paid, then you set that up and you can put it on auto save and it'll automatically deduct that amount every 2 weeks. The company can store it for you. You can request delivery at any time, or you can just have it shipped directly to you. What I would recommend as far as storing, you can get a safe deposit, not a safe deposit box, because you don't want it in the bank. The whole thing is to have access to it yourself. So a small lockbox or something that you may have at home or something like that, because the gold bars are small, so you can store them in a small lockbox and keep them at home. Or again, the company can store it and you can request delivery at any time. So it's really simple. It's an e-commerce company, so you go online and you will make the purchase like you would any other online purchase.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
This is just so interesting, and I agree with it. When you consider that there are plenty of us that have been uneducated and even undereducated about finances, where the tool of choice is cash, because cash is king at this point. We don't even know how to use that properly. We know how to spend. We know how to gather things.
But here's the thing, and what a lot of people also don't know is that the U.S. dollar is losing its value. Right now, the U.S. dollar has 5% buying power. If you look from the time we came off of the gold standard in the 70s till now, there are various charts available where you can see the steady decline of the dollar. That is why when we go to the grocery store 20 years ago, you could go in there with $20 and have a cart full of groceries. Go into the grocery store today with $20. You won't even need one of those little carts that you carry, with one of the little baskets that you carry on your hand. The $20 won't even fill a basket. That's inflation. That is the power of inflation throughout the years. And it's our mindset is so, I don't want to say caveman, but because we've had definitely some strides. I mean, we went from writing checks to debit cards to now we're moving into the cryptocurrency space. So there's definitely been evolution, but the value of the dollar is going down. Now, what happens? 5% is no longer, and the dollar is zero. All currency returns to its intrinsic value, which is zero. It has value because we gave it value, because we said it was worth something, but it's not backed by anything. So it's really not worth anything. You know? So, again, what we think it is, it's not. So even when you speak to us not saving properly, even saving properly, the crippled dollar is not going to work. One of my partners says, stop putting your crippled dollars in crooked banks. I said, wow. Ain't that something? Because it's like you're working against yourself.
That definitely is.
You know, it's like you're working against yourself. Not only is the dollar declining, but then you're going to put it in a crooked bank. And they're going to take your dollar and they're going to loan out 10 times what's in there. You know, just pulling stuff out of the air. We have to learn these things, fractional reserve lending and all this terminology and things that we really don't understand how we're being played every single day from the sweat off our backs. I tell you, every time I'm in a meeting or we're having a conference or whatever the case may be, or even having a conversation with you or another friend or a business partner, it makes me angry to know how we've been played. I'm still what I consider to be fairly young, but I spent the first 25, 30 years of my young life working. And I had, up until a few years ago, nothing to show for it. All that money I saved in a 401k, it wasn't mine. I had no control over it once I signed up for that 401k. They then tell me how I can get it, how much of it I can get, how many penalties you're going to put on me for taking out my own money, off my own sweat equity, off my back, off my time that I've traded for dollars, and you going to tell me I can't have it and it's mine? Or you going to tell me if I take it out before retirement time, you going to tax me on the tax? You going to tax half the money I done saved? It makes me angry, and it makes me extremely passionate about the message that we're sharing with people and how important it is. You have to get out of this system of debt. It is imperative to your future livelihood. Imperative. Do we have any other questions on the line?
Yes, ma'am. I have a question. This is Andre from Washington, D.C. The things that you're saying today are very, very mind-provoking and have really got me in a very major thinking space. And I want to thank you so much for sharing this information. I will be doing my due diligence to go and investigate some of the things that you said, because some of the things that you have imparted here today have been so, so powerful. I've been thinking myself, I unfortunately have been working for 40 plus years in the government sector, and I just recently, with all the things that have gone on, looked into my 401k, and in just a few weeks I've lost well over close to $30,000, and I'm very disappointed in the people that have been holding on to these accounts for me, and I've been looking for something to definitely diversify my portfolio. So this is like really God send information that you would come out today and broadcast what you're doing and what you're saying. So I just wanted to thank you so, so very much. Even though a person like myself, I think I speak for a tremendous amount of people who are just kind of nervous to looking into something else. I mean, this is what I was taught, and this is what I thought that I knew, but what you're saying makes so, so much sense. And, as I looked into, I just didn't know how to get gold, and I always was intrigued about trying to get it. So I thank you for giving us a way, some options to look into. I'm so grateful for your information. Thank you so much for individuals like yourself.
Thank you so much, Andre from Washington, D.C. Yeah, and that's part of what's happening, guys. That we simply don't know. The information is there. It's not being shared with us. It's not hard to find, but it's also not being shared. We weren't taught this in school. When you start your job and you get your benefits package, they tell you have 401k, the company's going to match you, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. And you, if you're anything like I was super excited. I'm putting this money in, the company's going to match 100% of what I do, up to 6%. It's going to be great. I'm going to be set. And I was wrong. So wrong. So I just encourage everybody to keep an open mind. Keep an open mind, because there is a better way. You don't have to suffer. You don't have to keep taking losses. You simply don't. So I would like to welcome each and every one of you guys on the line to join myself and my partners. We are a group of people, and we call ourselves Team Freedom. And freedom is the acronym for finding real educated entrepreneurs to help develop others to a millionaire mentality. And we'll bring you in and we'll teach you, and you can earn and learn at the same time, while also building wealth by exchanging your declining dollar into a Tier 1 asset, which is 24 karat gold bullion. We also have a sub-team, or a completely different movement that we put into place for women. And it was started by my business partner, and it's called Women in Crypto, okay, that we've created just for women. Fellas on the line, don't feel excluded. We work with men as well, but the movement was geared towards women. It's geared towards showing women how to use cryptocurrency as a way to build wealth and to also become financially free. The cryptocurrency space right now is only about 5% women, and this is an opportunity for us to get involved, be the bosses that we are, and take over the cryptocurrency space. Not only will it help us financially, but it'll help our understanding in general as to how this blockchain technology is about to come in and just be life-changing on so many levels. So we have a specific group. You can learn about cryptocurrency, how to trade it, and all of that at your own pace. So we know we have a lot of people that are busy. You have jobs, you have children, you have other special interests, and you say, well, how can I fit this in? Well, you can do it at your own time. That's first and foremost. We have a lot of information that's recorded, and you can always go back to it at your convenience and study and learn at your own pace. You have a super supportive team of other entrepreneurs available to back you in your efforts, support you, any questions you may have. We are 100% here to support you, so don't let fear of learning something new come in and hinder you from getting and learning this information, because we all have to start somewhere. We all started at zero. So I've been where any one person is going to start and come in at. So I can absolutely walk you through the process. So don't overthink it. Don't let fear keep you from this life-changing opportunity, the opportunity to build wealth and to earn additional income while networking and partnering with amazing like-minded people that are going to help you grow. So that's what I do, and I'm 100% here to answer any questions or support any of you guys in your efforts when you decide to come on. Because like I said, regardless to what it is that we do to earn money, all need a secure savings vehicle to protect our future, protect our finances, and protect our families. So do we have any other questions on the line this evening? Fantastic. Trenace, did you have anything that you wanted to add?
No. Thank you so much for getting us prepared, because this is a way to prepare us financially in the event something like this happens again, which it probably could, and preparing us for retirement, because there are all the baby boomers. They are in preparation to retire. Our segment of age group will be retiring, and probably, I'm planning on retiring soon, and move into the private sector, doing business and doing volunteer work, but preparing others to, move out into their dreams, their desires of their hearts. So thank you so much for sharing with us this way to save for our future, a way to protect what we've worked so hard for. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get information to share in the social media space for in Facebook and in Instagram and all of my social media platforms. If there were two things that you wanted the listeners to take away, what would those two things be?
Pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. Nobody deserves to reap the benefits of your hard work and labor before you do. So make sure that you pay yourself first. Second thing would be to be open-minded. Work is the traditional way to earn money, but there are other ways that you can earn money besides going to a 9-to-5. And there are other ways to save for retirement outside of your traditional 401k and your traditional savings accounts. So those are 2 points that I would like to leave the audience with. And also, I'll leave my contact information. Again, it's Kimberly Henning, Henning. You can find me on Facebook. You can also send a text message to 872-228-5374. You can text the perfect pair to that number, and I will send you additional information about the Gold Savings Account, how you can register, and connect with me directly.
This was so great. This was actually better. I knew it was going to be good, but this was better than I actually expected. Thank you so much for joining and sharing with the listeners how to move to their next level in life. I'll end like I always do. I love you. Be authentic. Thank you for letting me help you be great. Until next time, goodbye.
It's not worth wasting time on things you can't change. Love came. I've been through this so many times. I cried, you're sorry, sorry, good enough this time. Now I know better, better, better. So now it's whatever, ever, now I'm over it, and I'm over you. Now I'm over it, then I'm over you. Now I need you to know I am you. I was a girl, now I'm a woman. That was then, but this is now. Not the person I used to